Eloise here. I'm very excited to announce that Intuition Talks is opening for another round today. It's already been open for the VIPs for a couple of days, but now I'm opening it to everybody. So, what may be the final ever round of Intuition Talks live with me holding your hand through the process is going to be on the 8th of October we start. So, let me give you some background to this. So, for those of you who've been following me for a while, know that I love my Intuition Talks program, and so does everyone that's done it. Let's be honest. Bit of promo for self here, it's quite a loved cause. But it was back in 2015 that my intuition kind of said, right, you need to do this Intuition Talks thing. Because the name had been in my head for a couple of years. And I'm like, well, what is that? And then it evolved and I created this thing, this entity, if you like. And I ran it. It was an 8-week course, which I ran in the autumn of 2015. And it was a lot of work to go through those 8 weeks, holding the hand of everyone on it, whilst recording all of the videos and editing all of the video. Not that I did that much editing, but you know what I mean. Getting all of that out and uploaded onto YouTube and all and doing all the sessions. It was a lot of work. And I didn't charge very much for it. I still don't charge enough for it, really. But I wanted to make it affordable for everybody. So I ran the course. Everybody loved it. Everybody wanted Intuition Talks version 2. And that still hasn't come about yet. But those of you interested, I feel it's bubbling for next year. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, I ran it and everybody was giving me great feedback and we really enjoyed it. And the program itself was once a week I sent out an insight video. So for 45 minutes, an hour-long video. And there's 8 of them over the 8 weeks. And what we were doing was going into some of the key distinctions that really make a difference in terms of opening to your intuition. When I say opening to it, it's always there, but we don't always want to open Pandora's box. So we'll talk about that as well. So, how do we really make friends with our intuition? That is the key thing with this course, if you want to understand it in a nutshell. So when I'm teaching, especially when I'm teaching Mindscape and I'm teaching people to structure their intuition over the weekend, there is so much to say. I get to sometimes briefly touch on some key distinctions, and there's so much that I want to get out and explain to people, but there just isn't enough time in 2 days or 2 and a bit days, however long I teach over. So there was all this stuff that if you understand these key distinctions and these little nuggets that really make such a difference to tuning the dial into the right radio station and really kind of going internally and understanding why things aren't working for you or where the fears are and all the little nuances of intuition. So those insight videos are packed with information, knowledge, wisdom, little nuggets, and some of my clients who have been on all my trainings and they've done practically everything I've done for years have had massive ahas based on some of the stuff that I'm teaching in those sessions. So if you're anyone who's interested in intuition, you will probably find something in there that you've never thought about before. So I threw everything into those 8 sessions. So there is a lot in there. I mean, people revisit it quite a bit. So alongside those insight sessions, every week there is a healing session as well. So we're going through some of the common things that the people generally need to work through in order to get more in touch with their intuition. So the 8 weeks, which I now tend to run over 9 weeks with a week gap in the middle just so people can catch up and have a rest, it really is a commitment to making your intuition your best friend. So it's very much about committing to those 8 weeks, over 9 weeks, and doing the work and watching the videos and listening to the sessions, and even if you only spend 5 minutes a day trying to just sit with yourself or meditate, so much is going to happen. Because there's so many distinctions, so many key points, so much going on from the session, so much clearing. Like the filters are clearing and you're really giving time for your intuition. So having that intent with everything else packaged in from the session, it's pretty powerful. So people have been getting some amazing shifts, not just in terms of their intuition. Go and have a look on the website and read through the testimonials if you want to hear some of the other things people have been working through. Not intentionally, these things have just happened in the background. Love it, because everything's connected. Like there's no distinction between anything. So we want to work on our intuition. We're going to end up opening the heart. We're clearing our belief systems and all of our emotional stuff. There's things that we end up doing every time, regardless of where we're going. Like at the moment I'm in the middle of Spring Clean September, which I'm loving. Everyone's really enjoying it. So maybe this will become an annual thing. Don't know. But Spring Clean September this year, a lot of it's been clearing out crap, as a technical term, from the heart. And I'm like, well, of course, if we're going to spring clean ourselves, maybe we should start with the boss. Like spring clean is like self-love in a way, so we're working on the heart energy and opening that up and really enjoying that. So we always work on the same themes, but there are some key ones around fearing the intuition and fearing opening Pandora's box and things like that we're working through from a session perspective as well as a kind of intellectual perspective with the insight sessions. So that's a kind of overview of what's coming up. So basically, I recorded the sessions in 2015. I couldn't recreate them if I tried, and it was a lot of work. So basically, I've rerun that series a few times over the last 3 years when I've had time. And the reason is because I've wanted to be there to kind of handhold the people through the course and really support all of you, whoever's been on it, through answering questions. And I've tried to do that as immediately as possible. I've tried to make sure that I'm available every day to go through my emails and make sure I'm answering everyone's questions. So I'm there to answer the questions, and maybe we've done an extra webinar at the end, or I've done a video to answer questions. And, every group's been different. There's been different themes bubbling, and they've all been delicious. And some people have come back time and time again because they've really enjoyed it and wanted to revisit the content. So, this could be, and I am varying more and more on it being the last round that I'm going to do live. So I may well put the course up online so that people can join it whenever they like and they don't have to wait for the next round to start, because that is a pain sometimes. People find out about it and I've just started a round and I'm like, you're going to have to wait 6 months. People get really upset. But, I want to make sure that it's available and people can do that. So I am going to be running it like forever, but not with me live answering questions. So it's going to be a pay for the package, do it in your own time thing. So that's going to give me some space to evolve what the next thing is. So this October the 8th will be the last round. So I think we finished the end of November, beginning of December, maybe we finished. There was 4 weeks with a session and the insight, me holding your hand throughout the whole thing. We have a week off in the middle. I get to have a break from answering questions. And, I normally take a few days off. And then we get stuck into the second half, finishing just before Christmas. Well, a few weeks before Christmas. Now, the registration is opening on the 19th of October. You're probably watching this on that day or after. And there's going to be an early bird rate until the 2nd of October. So you can save £50 if you register before or on. I'll probably change it towards the end of the day on the 2nd of October. If you pay before then, it's less than £25 a week. which for an hour lecture, a healing session, and me answering all your questions is a fair exchange. So if you're interested and this is calling to you and you want to kind of move into 2019 with your intuition as your best friend, and this kind of resonates. I love being dyslexic. It's just so fun sometimes. But if it does sing to your heart and you want to join me for what may be the last chance to take this live, sign up. I'd love to have you on board. And yeah, I'm looking forward to starting this round. So the course starts on the 8th of October. I will leave the registration open for that first week and then it will shut. So once that first week is over, it's shut. I always offer a kind of guarantee with this. So if you sign up and by the end of the first week you're not enjoying it or it's not what you fancied, you can have your money back. And, no questions asked. I'll get rid of your access to it and you can have your money back. So if you want to try it and see how it feels, you've got nothing to lose by signing up. So always offer that. So yeah, anything else in my head? No, but something else in my heart. Yeah, I'm gonna cry. Whew. I love this course. I think I'm gonna really miss it. Oh, hello. But yeah, it's such an amazing journey to take people on, and it's such an honour for me to go through this process with people, and I would love to reach more people with this, which is partly why I'm probably going to take it kind of more offline so that I'm not helping as many people through so I can get on and do other things and reach more people in other ways. But this kind of product, if you like, of Intuition Talks is always going to hold a massive space in my heart. Didn't think I was going to be crying on this video. But yeah, it was an incredible course that my intuition came up with in one of the darkest times of my life in the last few years. It just came from nowhere. I'd just been really ill for a few months. I was clearing a lot of trauma and things that had been kind of stuck in my system for years. And yeah, it was just such a surprise, and I loved running it, and it does get beautiful feedback. I've had some lovely testimonials. Most of them are on my website, not all of them though. A lot of people share with me privately and haven't wanted to kind of put that in a public domain. So it holds a special place in my heart, and I will miss running it, but it does feel like it's time to evolve again. I think there's something else wanting to come out. So I feel like I'm crying with grief as I let go of at least this entity of Intuition Talks. There may be another version or something else following this up. I can feel it, but I need to make space for it. So I kind of need to let this one go a little bit. If you have taken Intuition Talks and you want to kind of step through it again and join in the group energy, by all means drop me an email. If this does sing to you, go and have a look at IntuitionTalks.com. You can read more there. I explain everything, and love to have you on board. Anyway, I'm going to go and get a tissue. Take care, sending you lots of love. Love to have loads of you on board for this next round. I'm super excited about it. And any questions, drop me an email, Eloise@intuitiontalks.com. And I will catch up with you soon. Okay, lots of love.